In life, we meet people of all kinds. Some bring us value and enrichment, while others can be toxic and harmful to our well-being. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers us valuable tools to identify these harmful relationships and make assertive decisions to protect our self-esteem and peace of mind. In the complex web of human relationships, respect stands as a lighthouse that guides our interactions, giving them solidity, meaning, and value. Beyond a mere formality or a rule of courtesy, respect becomes the backbone that supports the bridge that connects us with others. But what if I told you that the way you understand respect could be completely wrong? In contrast to respect, the lack of it creates a toxic environment that poisons relationships and leads them to a dead end. Manipulation, constant criticism, indifference to pain, and lack of empathy are just some examples of behaviors that erode trust and destroy the foundations of any human bond. In this video, we will discover one of the misconceptions about human relationships that reveal how lack of respect can not only destroy your relationships, but also compromise your mental health and well-being. You will learn how to protect your dignity and improve your interpersonal connections once and for all with the help that Stoicism gives us. People who consistently ignore your boundaries and needs, even after you have communicated them clearly and directly, do not respect your value as an individual. Stoicism teaches us to be firm in defending our limits without feeling guilt or remorse. But first, let's recognize the signs that warn us that we probably have to make a final decision. 1. The constant lack of respect. Respect is more than courtesy. It is the central pillar in all healthy and productive human interactions. When we encounter recurring disrespect, marked by behaviors that reduce or completely ignore an individual's dignity, this warning sign cannot be ignored. Such behaviors can manifest themselves in a variety of ways, from constant interruptions in a conversation to destructive criticism or deliberate indifference to another person's emotional needs. Each of these acts undermines the trust and security essential to any healthy relationship. The persistence of this lack of respect is a clear indication that the relationship may be compromised to the point where a person's mental health is put at risk. In such circumstances, distancing oneself is not abandonment, but rather a measure of self-protection. It is an essential step to preserve peace of mind and personal integrity by avoiding the erosion of self-esteem and the accumulation of resentment. Deciding to distance yourself from a toxic dynamic is an act of courage and self-respect. Reflecting on these interactions allows us to evaluate our own values and reaffirm our commitment to personal dignity. Setting and maintaining clear boundaries is crucial to any long-lasting and respectful relationship. These boundaries not only protect against emotional burnout, but also promote an environment where mutual respect can flourish. By confronting and acknowledging continued disrespect, we offer ourselves the opportunity for renewal and personal growth. We learn to value even more those who treat us with the respect we deserve, and we learn to tolerate nothing less than this. This is a time to reflect on the role that respect plays in our lives and how its absence can be detrimental to both the individual and the broader social fabric. Recognizing these signs and acting accordingly is essential to developing healthier and more satisfying relationships. Hurtful or disrespectful comments, even if they come from family or close friends, are unacceptable. If someone does not respect your feelings and opinions, it is important to set clear boundaries and protect your emotional well-being. 2. Negative effects on mental health. Relationships that constantly generate feelings of anxiety, sadness, or stress are highly detrimental, not only to the serenity we all seek, but also to our ability to function healthily and virtuously in daily life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to seek mental tranquility as an essential state for the practice of virtue and good living. However, being involved in relationships that continually disrupt this emotional balance directly challenges that goal. When we are subjected to environments that emotionally destabilize us, we can experience a deterioration in our mental health, which manifests itself not only through emotional discomfort, but also as physical problems such as lack of energy, insomnia, or digestive problems. These symptoms are clear signs that something in the dynamics of our relationships is not contributing to our well-being and should be carefully evaluated. Becoming aware of the negative impacts of these relationships is the first step to initiating change. Protecting our mental health often means making it difficult to make decisions such as limiting or ending contact with people who continue to cause emotional pain. This is an essential act of self-care and an affirmation of our right to a healthy environment that is conducive to personal development. By distancing ourselves from negative influences and restructuring our relationships, we are not only safeguarding our mental health, but also strengthening our ability to live more fully and virtuously. This process may involve seeking support from friends, family, or mental health professionals who can provide the guidance and support needed to regain emotional stability and strengthen our commitment to a virtuous life. By cultivating and maintaining relationships that support and uplift us, we reaffirm our commitment to tranquility and virtue, essential pillars for an authentically good life. 3. Misaligned values. People who respect your boundaries understand and accept your decisions. If someone constantly pressures you to do something you don't want to do, or something that makes you uncomfortable, it's a clear sign of disrespect. The compatibility of values between individuals is a fundamental element for the development of genuine and meaningful relationships. When we frequently find ourselves in disagreement with the ethical principles and personal values that we have, we appreciate that moral dilemmas arise that can cause intense internal conflicts. These disagreements are not simply differences of opinion. They touch on the essence of who we are and what we believe is fair and right. Constantly facing values that contradict our own can erode our inner peace and commitment, our authenticity. Living in a state of constant ethical misalignment is like trying to navigate without a compass in a territory where every decision seems to question our integrity and deepest convictions. This misalignment can lead to a gradual erosion of self-confidence and self-esteem, as trying to accommodate or accept contrary values can lead us to question our own identity and principles. This in turn can manifest as stress anxiety and a feeling of disconnection from oneself and others. Therefore, it is crucial to recognize and address these value discrepancies proactively. Setting clear boundaries around what is acceptable in our relationships can help preserve our sense of identity and integrity. In some cases, this may mean reducing or ending interactions with those whose values deeply conflict with our own. Making these difficult decisions is essential to maintaining our authenticity and cultivating an environment where we can live in harmony with our own values and beliefs. By making decisions, we not only protect our mental health, but we also reinforce our commitment to an authentic life, true to our principles, freeing ourselves from internal conflicts and paving the way for deeper and more meaningful relationships based on a genuine alignment of values. 4. Feeling of constant exhaustion. A healthy relationship should serve as a haven of mutual support and revitalization, not a source of continued exhaustion. When interactions with a person systematically leave us exhausted, it is an alarming sign that the relationship may be getting worse, distancing us from our essence and hindering the development of our full potential. This burnout can manifest itself in a variety of ways, such as a feeling of emotional fatigue after meetings, a decrease in enthusiasm for activities that previously brought us joy, or even a persistent feeling of sadness or worry. These signs indicate that the relationship is consuming more energy than it offers, which negatively affects our physical and mental health. Furthermore, an attachment that constantly drains our energies can obstruct our path to achieving personal and professional achievements and propelling ourselves forward. These relationships set us back, impeding our progress toward personal fulfillment and authentic expression of our capabilities. Recognizing when we are in a cycle of constant burnout is crucial. As we identify this dynamic, we should consider re-evaluating and possibly restructuring or terminating these interactions. Setting healthy boundaries is essential to protecting our well-being and ensuring that our relationships are sources of mutual enrichment and growth. Making decisions that prioritize our well-being is not only an act of self-care, it is a necessary step to ensure that we are surrounded by people who contribute positively to our lives, allowing us to thrive and aspire to be our best selves. By freeing ourselves from draining relationships, we make room for new connections that truly value and energize our spirit. 5. Manipulation. Whether emotional or behavioral, manipulation represents a serious violation of the Stoic principles of authenticity and honesty, values essential for building genuine and respectful relationships. This type of behavior involves using cunning tactics to influence or control others, often masking true intentions and deceiving those being manipulated. Relationships that contain elements of manipulation distort the perception of reality of the individuals involved, seriously compromising their ability to make free and well-informed decisions. When we are under the influence of manipulation, our judgment becomes clouded, preventing us from evaluating situations and making decisions with clarity and rationality. This can lead to a state of confusion and indecision, where we constantly feel unsure about our own perceptions and decisions. Emotional manipulation is a form of abuse that seeks to control your behavior and make you feel inferior. If someone uses these tactics to get what they want, they are not respecting you as a person. Furthermore, manipulation attacks individual dignity and integrity by exploiting emotional vulnerabilities for personal advantage. Such behavior not only erodes mutual trust and respect, but also causes a lasting impact on the self-esteem and emotional well-being of the manipulated person, which is why it is vital to recognize and confront situations of manipulation in our relationships. Identifying these behaviors allows us to take steps to protect our autonomy and integrity. This may involve setting firm boundaries or, in some cases, disassociating ourselves from the manipulative relationship completely. By rejecting and eliminating its influence on our lives, we reaffirm our commitment to the values of honesty and authenticity. This is a critical step in preserving our ability to make clear judgments and maintain dignity and respect for ourselves and others, thereby contributing to a healthier life. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, honest communication, and personal freedom. Stoicism encourages us to identify emotional manipulations and not give in to blackmail. 6. Lack of trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. If someone lies to you or cheats on you, they are disrespecting you and putting the integrity of the relationship at risk. In any type of relationship, whether personal, professional, or social, a persistent lack of trust can seriously destabilize the foundation of our most important interactions. When trust is undermined or absent, we find ourselves perpetually on guard, unable to relax and share our true thoughts and feelings. This constant state of alert not only prevents the development of a deep and meaningful bond, but also creates an environment of uncertainty and tension without trust. Every word or action of the other can be interpreted with suspicion, and every small misunderstanding has the potential to become a significant conflict. This atmosphere of mutual distrust can lead to a vicious cycle of fear and insecurity, where neither party feels safe or valued. Furthermore, a lack of trust compromises our ability to open up by completely restricting our ability to be vulnerable and authentic with others. Trust is crucial to building deep and genuine relationships, as it allows people to share their hopes, fears, and dreams. Without it, relationships tend to remain superficial and functionally limited. Therefore, recognizing and addressing a lack of trust is essential to restoring the integrity of our interactions. This may involve an open and honest dialogue about the insecurities and doubts each party may have. Establishing and honoring clear commitments can help rebuild lost trust. In some cases, it may be necessary to seek the help of a mediator or therapist to facilitate this process. Addressing these challenges is a crucial task in re-establishing an environment where everyone involved can feel safe, valued, and understood. By investing in rebuilding trust, we are not only healing damaged relationships, but also strengthening our own ability to interact openly and meaningfully with the world around us. 7. Abuse. Any type of abuse, regardless of its form, whether physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, represents a serious transgression against Stoic principles that value dignity and mutual respect between individuals. This type of abusive behavior not only causes immediate and profound harm to the victim, but also corrupts the moral fabric of human relationships, attacking the essence of what it means to be respectful and virtuous. Ending abusive relationships is not only an act of self-care, but an imperative need to preserve one's serenity and integrity. Remaining in an abusive dynamic is incompatible with the search for a virtuous and balanced life as defended by the Stoics, who see tranquility of mind and harmony of spirit as objectives to pursue. Therefore, leaving an abusive relationship is a critical step, not only to protect yourself from further harm, but also to reaffirm your own worth and self-respect. This process can be challenging, given the potential social isolation that abuse can cause or the emotional dependency it can create. However, it is essential to seek support from friends, family, or specialized professionals to navigate this difficult period. By choosing to end these relationships, we are choosing the path towards recovery and reaffirmation of our dignity. It is an opportunity to rebuild life on the basis of self-respect and mutual respect, to redefine what we expect of ourselves and others. In terms of treatment and interaction, taking this active stance to eliminate abuse from our lives demonstrates a commitment to higher goals, ethical values, and the relentless pursuit of a state of well-being and respect that we all deserve. 8. Absence of support and growth. Relationships that do not foster personal growth or mutual support can create a stagnant environment that significantly limits our individual development and our ability to positively contribute to others. This lack of progress and support not only slows down our own evolution, but can also prevent us from reaching our full potential. In a healthy relationship, growth and support are seen as essential components that contribute to both personal enrichment and strengthening the mutual bond. Without these elements, relationships can become one-sided or merely functional, where interactions are reduced to meeting obligations or keeping up appearances, rather than promoting true connection and mutual enrichment on a regular basis. Evaluating the dynamics of our relationships is crucial to ensuring that we are in an environment that not only respects and values our contributions, but also encourages and celebrates our growth and well-being. This assessment may reveal the need to discuss shared expectations and goals, adjusting the course of interactions so that both parties can benefit and evolve. In cases where mutual support and continued growth are consistently absent, it may be necessary to reconsider the long-term viability of these relationships. This does not necessarily mean an abrupt breakup, but it may involve redirecting or redefining how interactions occur, ensuring that both parties can thrive and develop, taking steps to revitalize the relationship. Readjusting these relationships can open up new possibilities for personal and collective growth, transforming stagnant interactions into sources of inspiration and progress. This in turn strengthens our ability to live more fully and contribute positively to the lives of others, aligning our relationships with our deepest values and aspirations. Surrounding yourself with people who take you away from your path and discourage you from pursuing your dreams is an act of self-destruction. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what really matters and surround ourselves with people who support our personal growth. 9. Persistent selfish behavior. A balance between giving and receiving that reflects a commitment to reciprocity and mutual respect is essential in healthy relationships. When one party consistently exhibits selfish behavior, always prioritizing their own needs over those of the other, this represents a clear violation of the basic tenets of Stoicism that values moderation and justice. The persistence of such selfishness can gradually erode the foundation of any relationship, making it one-sided and unbalanced. This not only undermines the mutual support structure necessary for a healthy relationship, but also negatively affects the ability of both parties to maintain serenity and practice virtue. When an individual constantly feels abandoned or undervalued, it can generate resentment and frustration that, if not resolved, can further deteriorate the bond between people. Recognizing the presence of selfish behaviors and addressing them is crucial to the sustainability of any relationship. This may involve an open conversation about each person's expectations and needs, seeking to restore balance. In some cases, it may be necessary to establish clear boundaries or reconsider the dynamics of the relationship to ensure that mutual respect and reciprocity are restored. Addressing these challenges not only protects the individual integrity of each person, but also strengthens the relationship as a whole, allowing it to evolve in a more balanced and harmonious way. By promoting an environment where altruism and mutual consideration prevail, we reaffirm our commitment to the Stoic values of justice and virtue essential for personal and collective development. 10. Destructive communication. Communication acts as the foundation of all meaningful relationships, and the way we interact with each other has a profound impact on our connection and understanding of each other. Constructive criticism can be useful for our growth, but when it turns into personal attacks or hurtful comments, it is a sign that the other person does not value or respect you. When the communication pattern becomes predominantly negative or destructively critical, the effects on emotional stability and serenity can be severe. Stoics, who value harmony and balance in human interactions, consider it essential that communications be uplifting and constructive, with the goal of the growth and well-being of all involved. A communication pattern that constantly affects us negatively is a clear sign that changes are necessary. This type of interaction not only erodes trust and mutual respect, but can also lead to emotional exhaustion, frustration, and distance between parties. In environments where words are used to diminish rather than build the true essence of communication, which is to connect and enrich people's lives, all balance is lost and the relationship deteriorates. To restore positivity in communication within any relationship, it is crucial to identify destructive patterns and address them directly. This may involve establishing clear interaction, norms that reject negativity, and encourage open and respectful dialogue. In some cases, the assistance of a mediator or counselor can be beneficial to reorient communication towards healthier and more productive communication. The path that promotes constructive communication is an investment in the emotional well-being of all involved and in the quality of the relationship itself. In doing so, we not only follow Stoic principles of upliftment in our interactions, but also create an environment where everyone can feel heard, respected, and valued. Changing destructive communication patterns to constructive ones is crucial to maintaining long-lasting, meaningful relationships, ensuring they are sources of mutual support and growth. 11. Disregard for personal needs. In any relationship, respect and consideration for each individual's personal needs and boundaries are essential to maintaining healthy and balanced interactions. Surrounding yourself with people who put you down and criticize you in destructive ways only distances you from your true potential. The frequent disregard for these needs reflects a serious lack of respect that can seriously compromise the dignity and inner peace of those involved. For Stoicism, reciprocity and respect is seen not only as a matter of courtesy, but as a crucial component for the practice of virtue and emotional well-being. When a relationship constantly ignores or minimizes the needs and limits of the other, it may indicate that it is at odds with your personal and ethical principles. This constant invalidation can lead to feelings of invisibility and insignificance, which is detrimental not only to self-esteem, but also to the ability to maintain a life in accordance with your own values. Furthermore, this lack of consideration can obstruct your path to personal growth and development, limiting your opportunities to live authentically and fully. It is crucial to recognize and address this dynamic within relationships to ensure that your relational environment is aligned with the values of mutual respect and consideration so valued in Stoicism. To remedy this situation, it is important to clearly communicate your needs and expectations within the relationship. Setting and maintaining firm boundaries may be necessary to protect your dignity and promote an environment of mutual respect. In some cases, it may be necessary to reevaluate and possibly adjust or end relationships that continue to ignore your essential needs. By taking steps to ensure that your needs are respected, you will not only strengthen your own position within the relationship, but you will also promote an environment where honesty and respect can flourish, contributing to healthier lives and more satisfying relationships. Stoicism reminds us that true self-esteem comes from within us, not from external validation. Don't let anyone dull your shine. 12. Absence of mutual responsibility. Mutual responsibility is essential in any healthy relationship, as it allows both parties to equally share responsibility for the actions and overall dynamics of the relationship. A lack of responsibility, especially when one of those involved constantly avoids taking their part in the faults or conflicts, can create an environment of imbalance and perception of injustice. This behavior not only contradicts the Stoic principles of honesty and justice, but can also seriously damage the trust and emotional stability that underpin the relationship. When one party fails to take responsibility, it often places the other in a position where they must compensate for this failure, creating a disproportionate burden. We are all responsible for our own actions and emotions. If someone constantly blames you or makes you feel guilty for their problems, they are manipulating the situation for their own benefit. This imbalance can lead to resentment and frustration, and if left unresolved, can gradually erode the trust and mutual respect that are critical to sustaining any relationship. To address these challenges, it is crucial that you both commit to honest self-assessment and open communication about your actions and the consequences thereof. This involves recognizing when failures occur, sincerely apologizing, and making genuine efforts to correct problematic behaviors and prevent their repetition. Promoting mutual responsibility within a relationship not only aligns with Stoic teachings, but also strengthens the structure of the relationship. Creating an environment where justice and trust can thrive makes relationships more balanced and fair, providing everyone involved with a solid foundation for continued personal growth and development. Now that you understand the importance of respect in relationships and how its absence can profoundly affect not only the health of relationships, but also your personal well-being, we invite you to reflect on how you can apply this knowledge in your daily life. Negative people who only bring drama and toxicity to your life are not worth your time or energy. Change begins with awareness and solidifies with action, and Stoicism invites us to cultivate inner peace and surround ourselves with individuals who radiate positivity and contribute to your emotional well-being. Remember, you deserve relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and genuine support. Choose to surround yourself with people who inspire you, encourage you, and help you become the best version of yourself. Stoicism offers you the strength and wisdom to make decisions and build healthy, nurturing relationships. Don't hesitate to stay away from people who hurt you and don't respect you. Prioritize your inner peace and happiness. If you identify any of these signs in your relationships, it's time to take action. Prioritize your mental and emotional well-being, and don't be afraid to walk away from people who don't bring you positive value. That's it for our tour today. If what we discussed in this meeting resonates with you, leave us your experience in the comments. How have you faced these situations? Your contributions are of great importance and help for our community. Thank you for joining me. If you liked this video, give us a like and subscribe to the channel so that we continue learning and growing together, guided by the timeless and powerful Stoic wisdom.